This story is based on true events from a small town in Pennsylvania, and it's one of the most terrifying mysteries you'll ever hear. The year was 2010. A man named David Miller, about 40 years old, was flying back to the U.S. from New York City. He hadn't visited his hometown in Pennsylvania for nearly 20 years. His parents were sick, and after getting a call that his father's condition was getting worse, David knew he couldn't waste any more time. He finally drove down to his old family house, a place that had been untouched since the 90s. The streets looked almost the same. The corner store he used to buy candy from, the houses, the church down the road. It was like time had frozen. When David knocked on his old front door, nobody answered. Just as he was about to leave, the door creaked open on its own. Inside, he found his parents upstairs. They looked frail, sick, almost lifeless, but they hugged him, spoke to him, and welcomed him home. David was emotional, thinking he had finally come back to them. But what happened that first night would haunt him forever. As he went downstairs to get water, he noticed handprints smudged across the windows, dozens of them, like someone had been watching the house from outside, pressing their palms against the glass. Terrified, David rushed back upstairs. The next morning, when he told his mother, she calmly said it was just a local man from the neighborhood. His wife had died years ago, and he often wandered at night, staring through windows. That explanation gave David some comfort until later that week. One night, David went to a party with old friends. Before he left, his father warned him, "No matter what happens, be home before midnight." David laughed it off, thinking it was just an old superstition. At the party, an old friend told him about the Maplewood Bridge, the only way back to his house. In 1990, during a violent protest, nearly 50 people were killed there in one night. Some say their spirits still roam the bridge, crying and begging for help. David didn't believe him, but when the party ended around 3 a.m., he had no choice but to drive across that very bridge. That's when he saw her, a little girl standing by the edge of the bridge, crying. David stopped the car. Against his better judgment, he stepped out and asked if she was okay. She told him she had lost her parents, but could still hear their voices calling her. She pointed toward a dark pond near the bridge. David followed her, only to see two bodies floating on the water. Shocked, he prepared to jump in and help when the girl grabbed his hand and whispered, "You can't save them. What about the others?" David looked back, and what he saw nearly stopped his heart. The pond wasn't holding two bodies anymore. It was filled with dozens, floating silently. Panicking, David ran back to his car, drove off the bridge, and sped home. But when he got there, something was wrong. No one opened the door. The house was dark, silent, cold. Then he saw the same wandering man standing by the window, staring inside. David angrily confronted him, demanding to know why he kept watching the house. The man replied in a chilling voice, "What parents are you talking about? Nobody's lived in that house for 20 years. We've all seen you talking to yourself in the dark, pretending they're still alive." David froze.